This video is for those who are tired of trying to meet their ideal partner, a soulmate, or at least someone with whom it would be possible to build a truly normal, meaning happy relationship. And not only a romantic one, but any, including a business relationship. This is not easy because anything you try is futile. Searching on your own takes a lot of time and effort, and in the case of men, also money, and usually leads to an unclear result or no result at all. Matchmakers only make money, and instead of helping women get married, they try to slip them into tricksters' beds, while these rich and not so rich men actually do not need anything from women. And if you paid but did not get a result, then they say that you are the one to blame. And then you, the client, gets ripped off again. You do not know how to make a normal man fall in love with you, or how to keep him, or you don't know how to communicate with women. So here you are again, and now you need to pay for trainings, consultations, and so on. Or you can listen to free lectures on the internet. No, I'm not at all against learning. No one is born with communication skills. They must be learned, and learning in general is a good thing. What I'm talking about is that 80% of all this coaching usually doesn't help much. Truly helpful relationship coaches can be counted on one hand. All others give advice that will lead you to having even more problems. For example, some teach about how to marry high-status men. The coach speaks beautifully, but if a woman starts to follow these recommendations while trying to secure a marriage proposal, in the meanwhile she will end up pleasing an entire battalion of men for free. And this applies not only to life coaches, but to psychologists as well. They make fools out of people, and they do it with pleasure. We will not get into business matchmaking now. Everything is just as bad there as it is in other areas when a person tries to find someone for something. As to how and why it is such a bummer everywhere, this was already explained in the previous video. And you can find the link to it below this video. In a nutshell, the reason is the following. No one knows who is whose ideal partner by nature. By nature means at the genetic level, from birth, at the subtype level. If you remember from the previous video, it is like in the world of animals. A cat for a cat, a dog for a dog, and a stallion for a mare. Watch the previous video if you haven't seen it yet. Besides, in order to apply the great schemes of coaches, which teach women how to make men fall in love, build serious relationships with them, how to get men to invest in them, and so on, you must admit that first it is necessary to know from whom to seek all this, and to whom exactly to make all these time and energy-sucking investments. After all, if you choose a partner who is not right for you, and regardless of how great of a relationship you build, you will never be 100% happy in this relationship. The same goes for men. Yes, most men do not concern themselves that much with marriage, relationships, and so on. They want to have sex in all possible positions and with a variety of women, and preferably without having to invest into these women at all. But the catch here is the same. If you want sex, you still have to invest, and often financially as well. So, from the very beginning, it would be nice for them to know whether to take this woman to a restaurant, or if it is better to invest their 2 cents more usefully. More usefully in this case means getting a lot more pleasure, be it from sex or a relationship, and without unnecessary hemorrhoids, so to speak. So either way, it is better to know exactly who to look for, even if you're looking for just a one-night stand. Well, at least in order to avoid the feeling of excruciating pain for aimlessly spent years later on. Also, this way, men will somewhat be cured of compulsive masturbation, and without the help of professionals. It seems that women with their games already got to them. As for prostitutes, men really do not want to or cannot pay for them. And when it comes to taking advantage of the kindness of all sorts of free, easygoing women, when a man is financially insolvent, then there is a risk to be, so to speak, rewarded in such a way that medical treatment will be necessary for a long time. So, it turns out that you, dear man, have only two ways to avoid all this: either a relationship or masturbation. Of course, many choose the latter and foolishly think that they're very crafty. Why invest in women and lose your freedom when there is so much porn on the internet? Quite naively, a man does not understand that if he does everything himself using his skillful hands, then one not so wonderful day his equipment might not get inspired by a living woman. You don't believe me? Just listen to what sexologists say. And of course, no one wants a glass of water in old age from the hands of some frump in the face of a wife or a living girlfriend who exhausted all his nerves with her silly games. But here is the thing. Besides the prospect of becoming a man from the category "I want to but can't" when it comes to a real living woman, when one provides self-service, there is no energy exchange. This means that women do not share their powerful natural energy with such a man, and the poor fellow is left without additional energy resources. Why is this bad for a man? Well, it's very simple. The little man remains without achievements in society, be it in the business realm or whatever else, and will never become an alpha. Right now, I'm addressing men because any woman already understands the necessity of a real life partner, and that this partner must be someone who is suitable specifically for her. So, dear men, do not try to deceive your own selves or others. Even a partner for a one-night stand must be the right one for you. That is just how nature arranged it. Remember, a cat with a cat, a dog with a dog, and so on. See the analogy? You try to climb onto a chicken while being a hippo, or being a rabbit, you dare to have sex with tigresses. And then you walk around with torn sides, unhappy, and all you have left is to resort to masturbation, while explaining your sloppy lifestyle by saying that all women are crap and you are so wonderful. Meanwhile, all you need is to know with whom to go to bed. And we can help you with this. Simply follow the link under this video right now and get information about who your soulmate is for free.